And the end of my little theme song indicates the beginning of the actual introductory part of the stream, which is where I sit and look at myself on the little TV screen, and I make sure that the audio mixture, the fuel mixture and the audio mixture, the both of them, are operating as I expect them to be. I'm in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 category, which indicates that shortly we will be flying around in some kind of airplane device, some flying plane somewhere over the world, maybe some completely random place. I don't know. Wow. And yeah, it's gonna be. There's a lot of air blower activity in the neighborhood, so it's just that kind of day. I think it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. By the way, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. By the way, if you're wondering whether I have a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke on ice, then you shouldn't be wondering, because I would not bother to start the stream. I think I'm that anal about these kind of things. I'm that attention. I'm that ADD. Obsessive. OCD, that's what I'm trying to think of. Shit, I couldn't even think of the right initials. If I ran out of Diet Coke, I probably would, rather than stream, go to the store, any store, to purchase more Diet Coke. It's not that expensive. I can afford it. There's things I buy that are more expensive. I have more expensive habits than that. It's yummy, too. Oh, we also have the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. I want to get a new camera, though. I want to go get a Elgato face cam. I think it'll be better. I don't know. I probably won't even notice the difference. But it's, I'm just thinking this particular camera, it's just kind of so-so. It's not super terrible. Yeah, I can see one of my guitars back there. So tomorrow will be a guitar day. Normally I wouldn't stream on a Tuesday, but it's a holiday. It's Veterans Day, and I'm not doing anything. I think I'm just going to be home. So I don't see any reason to not go live. But then Wednesday and Thursday, no stream. So it'll be just a slight switcheroo with the Tuesday and Wednesday streams. You know what I'm saying? But Friday, more streaming. It's the same stream every time. That's the great thing. I don't have to think of new content. It just hit the go button and do what I do every single time. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to fly around Microsoft. There'll be a short break. We're going to play the big brain games today, like every time. That's going to be me doing the Quirtle, the Revealed, the Tightrope Trivia Quiz. Monday, easier one. The couple of Quirtles, and maybe that other game that I shouldn't play because it takes so long. Then I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to take my piano, which is leaning over there, slap it down here on its stand, plug everything in, and magically transform this space into Ken's Piano Lounge once again, like I do every other stream when it's not Guitar Day. Yesterday was Guitar Day. I'm looking forward to playing the piano for you guys and myself. I mean, I just like playing the piano. It is what it is. I like playing music. I think it's important to one's character to have a happy life. All right, so I've decided, I made an executive decision that we're going to fly the Tanarg today. It's just a wonderful sightseeing plane. It's this little air creation. It's an ultralight. It's a 2-passenger ultralight, fairly powerful, so we'll get you up to decent speed. But we got a bunch of different colors. We'll try blue camo today. Let's see. Now here comes, so that's easy enough. The question of where to go becomes much more interesting, because it could go to Japan. Let's see. Let's see what time of year. It's starting to be summer in South America. It's probably nice hot weather looking over here, right? Might be kind of pretty. We were doing the Caribbean the other day, and that's that's even nicer in the Tanarg. I think I don't know if we've done it too much. Maybe we should do more of that stuff. We did. Looks like there's like a storm over here. We did fly around Germany the other day. What island is this one? Saba. This might be a fun island to fly around a bit. Let's check it out. We're going to cold start this Tanner. We're going to fly around this island. If it's If it takes 10 minutes, we'll land and do a different mission somewhere else. But Saba is supposed to be a pretty nice island. I don't know if I've flown around it. It's got some points of interest located on it. So why not? And it looks like a beautiful day in the Caribbean. So yeah, this is basically I'm charging you guys. Well, I should be charging you guys. Let's take a look at this beautiful tan art. Okay, it's an ultra light, but it's with the delta wing, the soft wing, fabric wing. It's not really soft, but fabric. It's all controlled by weight, by effectively moving the pivot point, everything moving the wing on that little pivot point. But the forward motivation is provided by this Rotax 912 engine there. Very nice simulation of it showing. On a 3-blade propeller back there is the radiator, the air intake manifold, all beautifully done. 4-cylinder. I think this is a turbo. I'm not sure whether this is the turbo the 912 is. And it's it's a design for aviation, so it's got dual fuel systems. I think, maybe not. All right, so this is the master battery. Turn that on. Turn that to standby. Let's see. A little bit of fuel. I don't think there's a fuel, right? I mean, I don't think there's a fuel on or off. If there is, then it won't stay at the RPM very long. It looks like it's coming up there. Meanwhile, let's see. Water temperature, oil pressure. Oil temperature is coming up a little bit. We don't want to rev the engine too much until we've done that. We should have radio, right? It's a tiny airport. I don't know if it has commercial service or not. We're going to kind of find out when we get there.
Tango November, okay, Charlie Sierra traffic, KNSH 9er, taking off runway 12, departing straight out.
So let's see, there's no real controls. Or parking. There's a parking brake, but it's not on. Okay. That's it. You got a throttle, and then you steer by weight. It's pretty cool, though. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's this airport here. It's got some kind of buildings there. Kind of cool. Looks like we want to take off this direction. I mean, to the right. And we've got plenty of runway. We don't need to go down to the left there. But yeah, it's a lovely day. I think I have live weather turned on. I'm going to double check that. Okay. Double check that this is live weather. I think it is a time of year when they get really, live weather's on. They get really good weather. It's a little less cloudy. Yeah, see, it wants us to go to the end of the runway and come back, but we're not going to bother. Because there's plenty of runway here. Oh, maybe there isn't. I'm going to leave it. No, we do need to go back that way. Now that I look, it's like, yeah, no, the end of the runway is right there. We need a little more. We need more takeoff speed than that. So we're going to go ahead. It's just a short-ass runway. I like it. I mean, we can easily operate it. But there's many planes where that's just going to be too short. But that building is beautiful with the green and the red there. I mean, it's really nicely done. I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, many planes will not be able to land or take off here. I mean, I think that very short way. Wait, we can because we need practically nothing. Right, full speed here is what it looks like from here. Basically, we go ding, 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 and we're flying. It's really not an issue. We probably could have taken off right from there. Let's head down this way. We're just gonna check out the. It's pretty. We're gonna go down in here. We're gonna be like checking out all the little hidey spaces. Cool. There's I think we can make it. We go up here. It's a powerful enough engine. But yeah, there's a little beach. There's like a hidden little beach there. Looks like there's a path to get in, but it might be hard. So this is the island of Saba, S-A-B-A, Saba. There's obviously another airport. Boy, today we're getting our points of interest again. That's nice. So that's to the south of us. Okay. Should probably watch what I'm doing here so you don't smash against the rocks. The other thing is you can kind of watch the cabling kind of load up and things like that. It's a pretty good simulation. The little cables will kind of flex a bit when you turn, or when the atmospheric conditions, the loads on the wing change. So it looks like this area of Saba here is not very habitable, hospitable to building of things. But I think the other side is. We'll find around. We'll find out. In any case, this is what you're paying for. Sightseeing trip around the island. Okay, that says, oh, there's a communications tower. We should check it out. Well, hey, let's go around here. Yeah, I think we'll follow that path in. I think that'll be fun. But there is a city, you know. I mean, they're not going to put an air, there, you know, a landing strip at an airport if there was no city. I'm going to go up in here. I'm going to go up this way here. Yeah, okay, we're starting to see like a settlement here. But I want to try to gain some altitude here. I got us under full power here. Well, now I do. So we can see the communications tower, and then we'll reduce power and zip down there. You got to be careful, obviously, not the kind of, you don't want to overspeed. But since we've never been here before, I certainly want to see all the points of interest. So I'm just watching our airspeed kind of carefully. You basically eyeball it though when you're in the cockpit. It's not the world's most exciting communications tower, but I guess yeah, you know, you're basically going for sea level up to about what 2,300 feet here. Yeah, that's about as high as we can climb. About as fast as we can climb. That's not too bad really though. 1,600 feet per minute. That's pretty good for any plane. Well, yeah, I hope everyone's doing their little holiday thing today. Yeah, basically this is the whole island. We can see the whole island from here. Oh, Queen of the... So, okay. We didn't see that stuff there. Oh, that's where the... got it. That's where the airport is right down there. This is your communications tower. Yeah, we had no problem coming up to the height of this communications tower. And presumably that's communications with other islands in the area. That's why you need that tower up there. Okay. So, I got reduced power severely. So like nothing. Alright, so there's that settlement there. There isn't a lot. You'd think there'd be a lot of coastal resorts. We're being careful. We're gonna lose in altitude quickly. I'm trying not to overspeed. Yeah, this island does not take doesn't take long to see the whole thing from the air. Literally takes 5 minutes. I thought there'd be like resorts. I thought there were resorts. Maybe there are, but they're just kind of isolated, so they don't really show. Maybe there isn't a new, there isn't a big airport. All right, let's start. There's just that tiny little airport. There is something up here that we didn't see. I guess there's a church on this. It's mounted kind of high up. It says something. Queen of the Holy Rosary. Queen of the Holy Rosary Church. I don't know what that means. But we're gonna get outside and check it out and see what it looks like. We're gonna use these stop time magical parachutes. I don't know if I have the patience to fly, but there's no autopilot. It doesn't look that far from here. There's islands all over. Well, I don't know if I have the patience to fly an ultralight to another island. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, so this is all perched on the side of the hill. Maybe there's like resorts up on this side over here. All right, hold on a second here. All right, so if we jump out using our magical parachutes, I just want to see if this is an elaborate building. It's, you know, not that. It's not bad. It's probably quite, you know, basically what it looks like. Decently detailed up close. Pretty. I mean, considering how isolated this place is, being able to build a structure like that is pretty impressive. Okay, you can kind of see where all the people live. There's another settlement and this settlement, and that's it. Okay. All right, back in the plane. Start time again. Let me just see how far away I think that is. I'm gonna look at our flight planner here. I just don't think I have the patience to fly to a whole nother island. That one is pretty close. Why does this one have 1,000,000 airplanes? Oh, that one's like a popular spot here. I guess there is a... This one here does have a runway. That one over there. Yeah, let's fly over there. I mean, it's about a 10-minute flight. But during the 10-minute flight, maybe we will look and do a episode of Science News in the News, or whatever we like to call it. It's where I read some of the science headlines of the day. Why Google News? It's not even a 10-minute flight, but it'll give us a chance to go say, hey, we actually went somewhere. And that's Saba in the distance. I don't know exactly what island this is. I'm not sure it'll tell us. Yeah, FD Roosevelt. That doesn't tell me anything. This is like a cool looking airport. PJE. St. Eustatius. That's actually the name of the island, I believe. And there's something here. What is that about? It just looks like there's some terrain. Not sure what's going on there. We'll have to fly over it. This is a much more popular SBH. Oops. What is that? Yeah, it doesn't say exactly where that is, but there's 1,000,000 planes landing there. Yeah, some of these islands are popular, but this is not one of them. Trying not to hit the deck here. I'm just doing my trim. It'll be fun to actually fly to another island and check it out. And then there's a bigger island in the distance. Which island that is? Bradshaw? Is that the name of an island? It might be. There's 1,000,000. Actually, I know that's Tobago, right? Or Trinidad. It's not Trinidad. No, I know what it that way. I don't remember. It's a different island. But this one seems to have an airport on it, right? Yeah. TNCE. Again, there's so many islands here. I feel like I've done 1,000,000 of them, but I probably haven't ever flown into any of these. Okay, we're flying level flight here. 200 feet above the water, which is about as high up as you want to go. In fact, in a plane like this, you never would want to fly any distance. Oh, by the way, yeah, this is Saba to somewhere. I better figure this out pretty soon here. Let me just figure it out. I know we're kind of the island of Saba. It was very had less stuff on it. Saba, right? No, island. The Caribbean, right? Yeah, that's Saba Island. Okay, fine. So that's the windward side. So now we're heading towards, sheesh, what is this called? Bay Bro? I've never heard. But that island there is St. Kitts. Okay, St. Kitts is the one. So we're between. There's an island, a small island. These were. Actually, is it Oranjestad? Is that the name of the island? Oranjestad? Yeah, I think that's it. It was a Dutch. It was settled by the Dutch at some point. All right, so the Saba behind us, and this is this little island, Oranjestad, and then St. Eustatius. Or sorry, St. Kitts is the large island that kind of looks like a baseball bat down here. I don't think we'll make it all the way to St. Kitts. I know it's like there's so many islands, and you just fly around. I took off from this little tiny airport there, flew all the way around the island, checked out the points of view. There was a radio station, and the Tanarg is super chill. It's just super chill. You're just kind of flying around there. In the real world, I don't know if I'd want to have my ass flying over 200 feet over the ocean, the middle of the ocean, the Caribbean Sea, just due to comfort issues. But that's what we're doing. We're taking a little 10-minute flight over the water. These islands are close. We might even make it to St. Kitts. St. Kitts is a major area. It's on Aruba. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, but it's not. Aruba's a big. The ABC Islands? Aruba been there. I've been to Aruba. It, okay, this is Saint Eustatius. Rajasthan is a small town of 1,038 inhabitants. We will be flying over it shortly. It's the capital and largest town on the island of Saint Eustatius in the Caribbean Netherlands. It is not to be confused with the far larger Rajasthan in Aruba. So we were just confusing. Google was just confusing it. But yeah, I kind of knew that yeah, we're not that close to Aruba. Aruba and Bonaire and Curacao are just off the coast of Venezuela. I've been to at least 2 of those 3. But I've never been to St. Eustatius or this tiny island. Well, yeah, this is St. Eustatius, and then St. Kitts is the bigger island. But according to this map, there's some stuff there. So this might be an island worth taking a little view around before we land. And I think, and definitely the airport is bigger than the one we took, than the Saba one, right? Yeah, much bigger. It's the FD Roosevelt Airport. It looks like they can handle small jets there for sure, like 737s. Maybe. But they certainly can on St. Kitts. So the smaller island here is St. Eustatius there. And this big one that looks like a baseball bat is St. Kitts. And then the one that looks like the ball right below the bat is Nevis or Nevis or whatever. So it's Nevis and St. Kitts are these 2. Where the round one there is Nevis. I don't know. This kind of one looks like a bat is St. Kitts. But we're going to be flying it shortly. So we've made it most of the way from Saba to St. Eustatius. I think there are, I'm pretty sure there's some resorts on St. Eustatius that Caribbean style, resorts. But I don't know. These islands are known for being pretty quiet. All right, what is our altitude here? We're at 320 feet. A good altitude. You can see the distance. That's where we started from. But there's islands all around. There's islands down that direction, and there's a bunch of islands up that direction. Actually, no. Maybe more islands up that direction, kind of north and west. So kind of that direction. Lots of islands up there. You can kind of see that distance. There's some islands in the distance. There's islands in the distance. That way, and then straight ahead, there's a whole bunch of islands behind this one that you can't really see. They're even bigger. It'll be fun to check it out. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm taking a little break from work today. It's not a day off, but tomorrow is. But, it's a real quiet day at work, working at home. So, basically, it's great. As a software engineer, I can just kind of do some software stuff, look over some code, write some code. Very, very chill day at work. Not getting any emails. Certainly wants to. I'm getting some wind here. Getting some wind. Connecting to chat. As Twitch does that occasionally. I don't see anyone on my Twitch chat. See creator. Some ships. So yeah, even though this is not a huge island, I mean it's got its own stuff. So it's interesting. The mountain, the volcano, is at the far end, which is you can kind of see we're approaching. It has a decent looking crater. It's called Mount Mazinga. I'm wondering if this island is more commonly called Statia, Statia, and not Saint Eustatius, just because Statia is much easier. Because it seems to be referring to things like Statia Lodge and other things. So I think informally everyone calls this island Statia. I'm just guessing, but that's probably true. But yeah, you can kind of see here. There's these ridges here. There's a kind of a flat area in the middle, which is where the airport is, and then there's that fairly impressive volcano at the end, Mount Mazinga. The quill. What does the quill mean? Okay, so it's referred to both as Mount Mazinga and the Quill, according to Google Maps. I'm just telling you what I'm reading here. And you can hike up there, but it's quite a hike, and it might be humid and raining and kind of bad weather. All right, here we are approaching one side of it. We're kind of going to go... You know, I think I might have been here before. It's hard to tell. Some of these islands do look similar. Or kind of laid out similar. And that's why there's all these Statia ships here, because they're local, I guess. To the island of Statia, they're fishing ships that operate from this island. Pretty cool looking cargo ship there. I guess that'd be oil. That'd be a tanker there. Yeah. So we're gonna go in here. Yeah, this looks real familiar. But again, they're all laid out similar. Yeah, there's like a storage port and a transfer port for petrochemicals, presumably chemicals and petroleum. And then you got to get up this fairly steep hill to get to this other tank farm. This looks really familiar. Oh yeah, lots. Oh gosh, this is where all the tanks are. What do they call this? Energy LP storage terminal. So liquid petroleum, liquefied propane, light liquefied gas, and like a water. Okay, it's kind of cool. And then they can just gravity feed that. But that's a lot. It takes care of a lot of the energy needs for a lot of people, I would think. But let's just check out where the people live. Okay, so right ahead again, there's this mount, the Quill, but also referred to as Mount Mazinga. I'm not exactly sure what the more popular name would be. But we're gonna check. Let's reduce our power. So, okay, before we check out the airport, we're probably just gonna land it. Although I don't know, I want to fly around the. I want to check out the this volcano here, because I can see from the map the crater is pretty well defined. Like there's a definite interior there, but I want to see what this is too. Okay, this is Fort Orange, which of course would be the Dutch building, maybe the oldest Dutch settlements on this island. They would have built a fort, so it would be around here. See if it looks like some kind of typical island fort. It's pretty small. They're small islands. Kind of simplified, but provide some protection from the island at least from this little harbor here. Okay, and definitely seems a little more populated than Saba was. All right, let's check out this crater up here. So we're gonna fly down here. You can even see that those mountains, the mountains on St. Kitts, which is a much bigger island, are go up high enough that they're snow covered. I think you can kind of see up there. I don't think we'd make it over there. It's basically the same distance to St. Kitts as it was over to here. Might be a little closer. I want to see. We'll go over the Quill here, and then I want to see. There's supposed to be Golden Rock Resort, but it'd be on the other side of the hill from here. I want to see if it's on the game. All right, full power. I just want to see if I can climb right to the top of this little to the crater here. Again, you can hike up here, but it's a serious hike. Apparently, it's not an easy. You got to be a good hiker to do it. We're going to try to shortchange the hiking process a bit with our speed. I might not be able to make it over this full power, right? 700 feet per minute. Oh yeah, we'll definitely make it in. This is I love the power of this Rotex engine. So far, it's never let me down. I never had to stall out. As you can see, yeah, it's a pretty steep, well-defined crater here. So once you get in, then you got to go down a ways. But yeah, apparently it hasn't erupted in the last 1,600 years. But that's the crater of this volcano that created this entire island. But again, on this side, there's supposed to be a Golden Rock Resort. Oh, it might be down here. Okay, kill the engine. I think it's this thing here. I think that's the Golden Rock Resort. I just actually don't want to double check that because I have the map open right here. Let's see if that's what it looks like. Yeah, okay, that's not the Golden Rock Resort. That's the Whale Tail Club and the Cuba Cafe, okay? And the Villa Loasis is right there. It's a villa. Let's see, the Golden Rock Resort which, according to Google Maps, they built a bunch of rentable cabins in this area, the space here, and there's also now that you can't see, there is a resort. Yeah, you can't see it here. They haven't, but there you can see it's in the planning stages here because it's got like some nice pools. I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, and obviously it's pretty recent because it's not on this map, but it's called the Golden. It definitely is right in this spot. This is where they built everything. This is kind of where they've built some other touristy stuff here. Let's their engine fired up again. Okay. And then there's not much on this side. Yeah, these islands. St. Kitts has got much more of a like a nightlife and a major resort life, but the attraction of these places is they're very quiet. There's nothing to do, and that's what people want to get away from the fast-paced city life and just spend a few days looking at the beach, watching the water, or something, because there's not much else to do. Or they want to go to a bunch of different islands, and this is just one of them, which I've done, kind of just do kind of island hopping. So we're already talking about next year's TwitchCon, which we started. I mean, admittedly, last year, right after last year's TwitchCon, we started talking about this year's TwitchCon. We started planning it. But I think we've come to a major decision, which is this year, which would be the fifth year, effectively. We're not going to go. We're going to go to TwitchCon, which is always in San Diego, but we're not going to go to Vegas. It's expensive, and we've just done it. We've just done it too many times. And there's, people who are visiting. Like my friend Mistress Mord comes from South Africa, and she's really only seen San Diego and Vegas, which she likes. It's going to be a pretty landing here. Let's just kind of line her up here. But I said, hey, next year I'll give you a choice. After San Diego, we can either do Los Angeles, because she's not really spent. I mean, Los Angeles has a lot to do. Or New York City, because I mean, everyone wants to go to New York City, right? And she's never been. All right, there's a cute little airport here we're gonna check out. But the obvious and best choice is Miami and Orlando. So we'd go basically either there. We'd go after the week in San Diego that we usually spend like a whole week doing the TwitchCon and other social things. It's not just a TwitchCon thing. They would go to Miami and then there's actually they're streamers, they're big time streamers, so they could do collabs with other e-girl streamers in Miami. And then we'd meet up. We meet up in Orlando, because then we do like 4 days of Orlando resorts. By resorts, I mean like Universal, Disney. They have some cool water parks there. Maybe I'm just gonna do this just for fun. I'm gonna pretend I'm a jumbo jet. Come on, you would not have this set up for this kind of plane here, buddy. You would not have a guy going like that for an ultralight. But I appreciate the effort. Thank you very much. I mean, you're artificially intelligent, so hello. All right, so let's see. Turn off your magnetators and your master battery, and there they are. I mean, I just like kind of the whole vibe of ending the flight. Landing somewhere, turning off the engine. Here we are. We're on Statia, St. Eustatius. I keep forgetting where I am. Pretty decent. Those look like the typical kind of planes that are going to operate from here. All right, let's kind of get a feeling. Okay, yeah, most of the village is kind of fairly close to the airport. But then there's probably resorts that are like on the beach side. It's like a lot of places. You'd think you'd want to live right next to the water, but it's pretty humid in there. It's actually a little bit cooler to be at elevation. So probably the nicer places to live are up on the side, up the hill, up the slope, rather than right on the water front. But then you can go to the beach. It's kind of a nice little tower there. All right. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Should I try to take a screenshot? Yeah, let's try to take a screenshot. There we go. mean, all I do is push the one button. What are you trying to tell me? Annotate live on the... Oh, sorry. I'll be right back. All right, it's been a while since I took a screenshot. I don't really do my announcements on Twitter anymore. I don't really care. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a little fast, but that's okay. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do a whole second flight. So I think I'm gonna just go to some big brain games, relax with the big brain games. No, you know, we'll do them nice and slow too. In that I'm in no hurry. I do want to eventually get to the music section so I can play the piano for you guys. Do my little lounge act. And as a reminder, in December, the piano, it will switch from Ken's Piano Lounge to the Christmas Piano Lounge. It's where I play Christmas music from the fake book. It's a real, we'll get into that later. But for now, let me bring up the regular brain games. It's this one here. That's this one there. There's Extra Emily. I got to meet her real briefly at TwitchCon. Extra Emily is pretty awesome. I met a bunch of cool streamers. I mean, I didn't meet a ton of streamers. I mean, there's a lot that I meet every year, but I met a lot for the first time. Hard to list all of them. Let's see. Tumor, T-U-M-O-R. That fits down there. Now we have, let's see, Caper, C-A-P-E-R. And we have, on the lower right, let's see, we have B-O, or it could be like Hobby. Let's try Hobby. We haven't had Hobby in a while. Ooh, could be something. It could be Bobby. Let's see what it could be. I think it's just Bobby. I don't think any of these others work. Let's try Bobby. I mean, it's a warm-up game. All right, we have one left to do, and then we're going to do the revealed. Let's see. All we have is an A and an N. But the A pretty much has to start. So there's A and then an N. What could that be? Could be a million things, but let's see if we can get something here. I'm pretty sure it starts with an A. Let's see. Then we have no has an N in it. Apnea. Well, there's no P in it, but thanks for the guess. Let's do it anyway. Because it'll tell us something. We got an extra guess. Okay, see, that was good. Because we have another guess. But it could have been apnea because we guessed P at some point, and we knew there's no P in it. But that helps because now it confirmed for it just helps because now we know where the N is. And then let's see, what could it be then? So the second word, I mean, it could be an E, A-E-N-E, but I don't think. Oh, I think I know what it is now. Annex. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's annex. It was annex. I think, if we come up, that's a hard one to come up with, though. All right, second game of the day is going to be, now we're not going to do the week. You know what? Let's do the weekly challenge. It's just an extra game that you get on Mondays so you can solve during the week. So we'll do that one. These go pretty quick. The Quirrels go pretty quick, and the Octurtles do. I'm just going to kind of run through this one here. This one here is Coral, lower left. Then we got Pluck on the lower right, P-L-U-C-K. Only thing it can be. Okay, we're going to get the easy ones here. This one here is going to be Sonic, upper left. Yep. And then upper right here is going to be, okay, this one we have is the U and the I. And it could be I knew. It could be, let's see. What is, I think it's something I and U something, which means it could be. But it could be some other stuff. All right, this one could take a little while. Something, something, I and U something. And so the X's could be something else, but that's my best guess. I can think of a word that has those 3 letters. I'm going to guess it. But the U could be somewhere else. Oh, I can think of a word it could be. Fungi. Okay, finally I thought of a word it could be, and that's the only word it could be. All right, revealed is next. Let's keep moving on. It's a free puzzle game, daily puzzle game from the fine folks at Britannica.com. I have no idea if they're fine or not. Today is a person. Their first name has 6 letters, and their last name has 8 letters, apparently. That's what. We got some clues already, but let's read the heavily redacted document out loud and see if we can get some more clues about who this person might be. Okay, the person born September 26th. That doesn't help. The date, blah blah blah, is Anne Blank, who blank blank, who revolutionized blank blank with her. So it's a female person. Blank style of blank, and one more blank 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 than any other blank or blank during the blank blank. Blank grew up in blank blank. The family included her parents blank, a blank, and blank blank, who founded a blank and blank. Something her blank blank also had 3 blank from a previous blank. While both parents encouraged blank and blank blank to blank blank, it was blank blank who largely taught them the blank, taking the two to the. What is this one? Sport. I kind of want to make a guess here, like a sportswoman. I'm going to guess Serena Williams. Not too hard, actually. I mean, female sports, but also not just that. It was apparently she had a sister, Venus Williams, which fits, who was also in whatever she did. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't too bad. All right, we did pretty good. It took a little while, but I enjoy these games. Serena Williams is correct. We needed 1 reveal. Other players needed on average 4.6 reveals and 1.4 hints, but 83% ultimately solved it, so it was pretty easy. But yeah, we kick ass at this game. I do, at least. I don't know about you people. All right, we got some more big brain games to do. The next one is the centerpiece of our daily brain games. It's the tightrope trivia game. It's a 9-question multiple choice timed trivia quiz from our fine folks at Britannica.com. I already said that they're fine, but I'm repeating that they're fine, okay? I don't know if they're fine. Anyway, it's at times. So as soon as I hit that play button, we got to start getting them quickly, because how quickly you get them is a huge component of your score, and we want a high score. I consider myself a certified trivia master. Inventor's funeral. It's got to be Marconi. The name Jippy Dog. Goofy? Well, I was either Winnie the Pooh or Goofy. That was kind of hard, though. I didn't think. Anyway, that was a Disney character. Anyway, Catholics, the orange process, and the white peace between them. Ireland? Oof. Aren't there 2 Irelands? Mailers need to reach about what age before he's tapped? I'm gonna go with 40 years old as a guess. That's a complete guess, but I have to assume trees have to get pretty old before they produce something. But it just spent 6 weeks after his death in 1965. UK top 10. Okay, again, these are the Monday questions, so these are the easier ones. But still, they can be tricky. But like the range, like knowing, being happy for one, mercurial we'll go with. Fears the next. Okay. All right, 3 left. Egypt. All right, before saying a little tramp look, that's Chaplin. Hyperinflation, Germany. Okay, we got them all, and I think we were pretty good on the timing, so let's just see where our score is. Yesterday was the hardest quiz. We sucked. Well, we didn't get a good score, but the Sundays are substantially harder. That was those were easy questions. Relatively, I don't think everybody could do them, but let's see. High Flyer sucks. Tightrope Boss, don't care. We're looking for Clever Funambulist is our highest score, and we got it today. So finally, we got another Clever Funambulist. I don't know what a funambulist is. I looked it up. Nobody knows. It's just a random made-up word. Good for you guys. You're so clever. All right, in the next game, we're not done with the games. We've got to do some octordals. That's a lot like the Quordle and the Wordle in that you have to solve these 5-letter word puzzles, but we got 8 at a time that we're solving with the same set of 3-letter words, or the same 3 5-letter words. But that takes no time at all. I use the same one every time. Let's see. This one here, R-A-M-E. That just has to be frame. What else could be blank R-A-M-E? All right, but the F wasn't helpful. There's going to be some other here. Would we have tumor again, I think? Yeah, tumor. Same words will appear, but that's just because it's random words. So now we have S-T-A-R-E, stare. Right? And then over here, we got, let's see, that could be a million things here, right? Elude. Could be, let's try elude, though, but it could be some other things. All right, good. It was elude, and that D is helpful. Yay. Oh, what do we have here? There's S, A, I, N, and T. So let's just get that one. And then we have 3 left, but there's a whole nother game after this one here. Let's see. There's an O and an A. And L. It could be shoal, S-H-O-A-L. All right, and then we got the last 2 here. Starts with the E, and the T has an R in it. That's all we really know, right? For sure. It could be egret. Probably is. Okay, final word. Until we get to the next game. That's the final game. Let's see how we're doing here. It has an L, a D, and an E. We know where the T is at the end. Is it Velt? No, because the D can't be there. How could this one be here? Get in an ELT, but then dwelt. Yeah, dwelt. All right. Last game is the rescue. This is the hardest one, which I like the challenge. Don't get to use my magical 3 starting words. Instead, it gives us 4 random ones. But sometimes at least we can... like this one I think is going to be exact there. Pretty sure. Oof. Oh, that wasn't... That's not good. It could have been enact, right? Oof. And that would have been a better word to try. I keep forgetting that. Anyway, I'm using my habits. Let's see. This is ARCH. So what could it be? March? I think it's got to be March, right? Oops, RCH. I mean, gotta be, right? All right, we got 2, but we had to get all these right. So let's see. This one here has an L and a W. And the E is there. Let's see. It's no, there's a BW something doesn't work. So I think it has to be bowel, BOWEL, right? Which is good because it gave us the O, which you haven't used before, and that's very important up here. Let's see, we have an LI and a C. O LIC, logic, LOGIC. Cross my fingers. Nice. Anyway, this is going to be a hard game to win. We already have to get all of these right. The G appears there and here. We can't get that one, but this one now is looking pretty good. We have all the letters, R, E, I, P, and G. So what can that be? We should be able to figure this one out. This could take a little while, though. Let's see. It doesn't start with the R-E. P. Yeah, okay. And there's no vowel in position 2, though. Okay, it could be gripe. G-R-I-P-E. That fits pretty well. Okay. Now what do we got here? Let's see, we got 3. This one we know where the R is. There's a P and an E, and that's all we know about it. It's either P-R-E something. Could be press, P-R-E-S-S, or it also could end in P, something R-E. Oh, let's just try press. I don't have all day. I want to get to the music. See, and it was right. It was a good instinct there. And the S was useful here, and also up here. So that really helped. We wouldn't have gotten bonus unless I knew that there was an S at the end, right? And the U is also helpful. That was very good. So now we know there's a U in there. This could be using, W-S-I-N-G. Hopefully we got it. So close. Suing. It could have been using, though, because we had no indication. Wow. Gripe. Yeah, gripe, by the way. Thank you for coming. You came up with that at the same time I did. We lost today. Look, I only get about half of these, but look how close. It could have been suing or using, and there's no way to know because there was no indication that you couldn't be or S. Couldn't be in either one of these columns. But I did get the ing correct. But you know what? There's always tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is a holiday. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, regular time, maybe a nice long stream. But as of today, we're almost halfway through the stream. I'm going to take a short break to set up my piano. It's not a break for me. I'm running around back and forth like a crazy man to set up the keyboards. And I got to move my mic. I got to move my, it's a whole bunch. I love it, though. And so I'm hopefully at the other end. Yeah, really. It took me I had to play these for years. before I have the confidence to do this on stream and act like I know what I'm doing. Because yeah, when you first play these, you get the wrong. You forget like, oh, you're the. Even I did, like, after playing for a year, I'd get them wrong, or I'd guess a word that couldn't have been because it didn't fit the clues. And so at least I'm kind of past the stage where I will generally do that. But sometimes you just don't have enough words. We did pretty well. The one we messed up pretty badly on was which one was it? No, it wasn't that one. Oh yeah, it was exact. The first one I guess was exact because I usually N is eliminated, and when I see AC and there's a T, and then the E has to go there, so it's E blank ACT. I always think exact. That's because I would have done the word that has an N in it, but enact would be a much better word to do. So we would have won the game if I'd done enact, like recognize that the N was a better letter to choose than an X, which is rarely used, which it wasn't used anywhere. So so it's kind of like I'm also kind of dissecting where I made the mistake. So that's the mistake. Exact was a poor choice of my very first word to guess. Because it was enact, and enact would have been a better. I just said that. All right, let's move along. Alrighty, that'll fix my thing there. Very good. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me play the piano? Yeah, you can. A little warm up here. It's been a couple of days since I played. Actually, it's not true. Composition training for just finger training called Frenchie's Cafe. I wrote that like maybe 30 years ago. It's that's a little challenge for myself. All right, let's get back to the actual sound. Ken's Piano Lounge. What is Ken's Piano Lounge, you might ask at this time of the day? It is simply this list of songs. It's an actual thing. It's physical. It's a piece of paper. Well, it starts as a digital piece of paper, then I print it out. It's more convenient that way. List of songs that I have memorized. I don't have any notes or words or anything in front of me. I just have to be able to play it from memory after seeing the title. Like, for example, say a little prayer. Let me get this right. I'm having a little Diet Coke here. Sit down, get yourself a adult beverage if you need to. And just vibe out at Ken's Piano Lounge with me for a while. A little breaking us in two. Joe Jackson's one of my great inspirations to play the piano. So that's one of his songs. I mean, he sings it. I can't sing his stuff. Okay, Flashdance. Alrighty. Oh, yes. Right on. The next song, Girlfriend, You Can Name It. Here's the time when I usually play a few Todd Rundgren songs. Not people know, but I do. Okay, that's too far gone. just a few more songs here. How about this one? Yeah, let's see why he's right. I don't know if I have the opening. I'm going to work off that one on offline, I think I still know this one. Lost some brain cells. Way back when, in '67, I was the dandy Yamakai. Sweet things from Boston, so young and willing. I moved down to Scarsdale, where the hell am I? Hey, 19, no, we can't dance together. No, we can't talk at all. he don't remember the Queen of Soul. It's hard times befalling the soul survivors. Now she thinks I'm crazy, but I'm just growing old. Hey, 19, no, we can't dance together. No, we can't talk at all. Please take me along when you slide on down. Hey, 19, no, we can't dance together. No, we can't talk at all. Please take me along when you slide on down. All right, well into the set here, but do some more instrumentals. How you doing, Weston? You know who's coming to visit this weekend? I think Steph's coming by. haven't seen her in a while. All right, let's see. What's the next one here? Misty. Can't skip Misty. Two free show tunes here. Can you read my mind? All right, here's some more songs. Hi, toilet brush salesman. How you doing? much for your comment. I really appreciate it. Just doing my little Ken's piano lounge act here. A couple more songs, at least a few more songs to do. What else though for my list here? I got a list of songs here. Second page here. We're on the second page, but there's a million. I can kind of do them in any order too. Like "Walking My Baby Back Home," old song from 1935. See you, Weston. Probably daytime. All right, this actually, I want to do the song. It's "Drops of Jupiter" by Train. It's not an instrumental song, but I just like the song. But, you know, moving along here. Still got some Diet Coke left, so we're gonna keep, as long as the Diet Coke supply holds out, we keep streaming. Well, it's getting kind of tan, you know. I generally hit a 2-hour hard limit though, and I'm pretty much out of energy for that kind of thing. But I'll keep playing. Let's see a couple more songs here. Oh yeah, this one. Yes! Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes. Beautiful duet. You know the song, wow. From Officer and Gentleman. That's Up Where We Belong from an Officer and Gentleman, but it's a famous duet by Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes. Really, it holds up too. It's an amazing song. I keep thinking Diane Warren wrote it, but I don't think it's a Diane Warren song. I think I've got that wrong. Someone else wrote it. Sure, a bunch of other songs I love here. All right, what's the last one we're going to do here? I'm going to do Secret Agent Man. I don't know if my friend 00003 License to Dab is probably not here, but that's okay. I need the Diet Coke because I got to sing this one. There's a man who leads a life of danger. With everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, well, another chance he takes. Odds aren't he won't live to see tomorrow. Beware of pretty faces you may find. A pretty face can hide an evil mind. Oh, be careful what you say. Don't give yourself away. Odds aren't you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. Well, they've given you a number and they've taken away your name. He's sunning in the Riviera one day, bleeding in a Bombay alley next day. Oh, don't let the wrong word slip when kissing persuasive lips. Odds on you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. Well, they've given you a number and they've taken away your name. Look at it, Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. This mysterious life you choose is a deadly game. Given you a number and they've taken away your name. Look at it, Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. This mysterious life you choose is a deadly game. That's my amazingly not faithful, unfaithful version of that song, but I don't care. I gotta start heading out back to work. Got some work to do. Not too major. Let me switch my cameras back here. Back to the old face camera. Center me up. Thank you for. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I appreciate the compliment. It was about pretty normal. But hey, tomorrow will be more. It's a holiday, so I'll be streaming a good long stream. I might try to go extra long. Who knows what I'll do? But it'll be Guitar Day tomorrow. So we'll of course we'll do the traditional Microsoft Flight Simulator segment. But for Guitar Day tomorrow, I'm going to whip up this guitar. One of my favorite guitars. It's not an expensive guitar, but these are they don't make this particular limited edition anymore. It's called an artisan model. It's got the really fancy inlays you can see there. And it's really cool looking. Thank you until next time, which is tomorrow around the same time as normal, 11:30 Pacific time. I like to start around the same time, go for about 2 hours. Every day unless the day starts with T, which case I can't possibly stream unless it's also a holiday. It's a long story. So yeah, and then so we're streaming tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not going to stop. It's just an easy thing to do. Just do my regular my regular kind of daily routine of flying around a Microsoft Simulator and doing some music. But yeah, I'll be playing that tomorrow. We're gonna just learn, probably do a bunch of karaoke, like REM songs. That's what I enjoy doing. But come back again. Be sure to hit that, smash that follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's all free. And by the way, if you're on Twitch and you see ads occasionally, I have the ads turned down to the least amount. I do co-broadcast on Twitch and YouTube, the exact same content. You can see two different chat windows because I read chat equally for YouTube and Twitch. It does not affect my reading of the chat. But I do want to say bye. Oh, yeah, we have a little bit of Diet Coke left. We can do my traditional, what I call the traditional closing song here. Carol, my traditional Carol Burnett closing song. Carol Burnett's still around, by the way. She's still doing work. They're going to do a new season of her show, Palm Royale, I think, which pretty good show. Kirsten. Anyway, yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Oh yeah, I'm so glad we had this time together. Just to have a laugh or sing a song. Purchase Diet Coke at your local store. Things we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. And she would pull her earlobe as a signal to her grandmother. Talk about Carol Burnett here. Okay, I gotta go.